Hello, I'm John Moore. I'm the Managing Director of the IoT Security Foundation, and I'm joined here today with Craig Heath. Hello, Craig.
Hello, John.
Craig has been the chair of the Vulnerability Disclosure Working Group that we prioritised. Now, Craig, I just want to start there actually. The Executive Steering Board for the Foundation prioritised vulnerability disclosure as a key area that we needed to start working on first. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and what the background is?
Sure. Well, I think the reason that I'm very keen that we get this document out there is so that companies that are offering IoT products and services are able to benefit from years, possibly even decades of accumulated experience with other companies selling digital products and services. Companies that have grown up with the internet have come to realize that it's inevitable that computer systems and internet-connected systems are going to have security issues, and they've developed processes to deal with that. Companies that are new to the market, though, may be surprised that when they release a new product or service that security problems are found. As I say, it is inevitable that these security problems are found, and so the important thing is to anticipate that and make sure that you have a process and a way of engaging with people that find security vulnerabilities so that there's an opportunity to correct those in a way that's good for your customers, rather than if there is no communications mechanism in place, then the researcher may well go to the press or to even competitors in the worst case scenario and let them know about your problem before you have a chance to address it.
Okay, so that's very interesting. Anybody who's connecting products to the internet should anticipate that there will be vulnerabilities and they need to have a channel. So the next question almost seems obvious, but I will ask it. So at what point should companies who are producing technology or products into IoT, at what stage should they be looking to deploy a vulnerability disclosure process?
Well, I would strongly recommend that companies look at that before first customer ship of their product or service. It's certainly been the case that some products have been released and security problems have been found in the first days and weeks. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's a clear possibility, and I think it's therefore important to spare a little bit of your attention on that. I know that companies have many things to worry about in the days leading up to the first customer ship of a product, so I'm not saying that massive investment has to be made, but to put an email address out as a contact point and just to anticipate that there might be a need to roll out security fixes is very well worth doing and can head off some bad publicity and so on which otherwise might ensue.
That's excellent. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Craig, before we wrap up this very short FAQ for our audience?
I think we've covered the main points. I think that what I would like to stress is that the document we're releasing is short and concise and actionable advice. There are international standards which are quite weighty dealing with this area, and we've tried to distill that in a way that busy executives and startups who have many things to worry about can get through quickly and put the essential things in place before they're needed.
And just to pick up on a point, Craig, you mentioned that the guidelines are really for companies who are setting up and providing products and services into IoT. What about from the researcher's point of view? Are there any situations that we might want to avoid, bad situations?
Absolutely. So I think that there have been some recent incidents that you could characterize as companies shooting the messenger when a researcher has come to them having found a security issue and with good intentions, and yet they have been treated as if they're trying to somehow harm the company. And that's not usually the case. So we're very keen that the guidelines are approached with respect on both sides of that communication, that security researchers, there's a legitimate industry of companies that look for security vulnerabilities, and generally they are well-meaning and they want to work with companies, but they can only do that if the necessary processes and interfaces are in place.
So thank you, Craig, for sharing the work on vulnerability disclosure. And of course, for our viewers, we would very much encourage you to download the guidelines that we've put together. They are, as Craig has said, very much a starting point, but they are a very good introduction to what vulnerability disclosure is about. Thank you.